Good day, everybody. Mr. Yo 11. Back again. Friday. I figured I'd get me a little practice session in before I head out to the... I gotta go out of town for a whole week. I'll reveal where I'll be going at once I get there. Me and Miss Yo 11, we gotta take a trip to a job that I got out of town. It's gonna be fun. Dot, be quiet. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I figured I better get out here on the table and piddle around a little bit before I head out of town. That way I can make sure I still know how to play this game. Get me a little bankroll here. Let's see what we got. 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 is 10. Little $1,000 bankroll. Quarter table. Just put a couple of bets on the table just to play around a little bit out here. Man, a lot of work, still pumping. That's where I'm going. I'm going down to go and do some more things that needs to be done. Which I love it. I love it. 50 on the pass line. Nickel crap. Hop the sixes. Alright. Get me 2 goodies. And see whether we can't make something jump off here. I got the Hawaiian crap shooters. Man, I ain't been watching much of the Hawaiian crap shooters. So I got them on back there in the background. The volume's down low, so no big deal. Alright, everything looking good out there. Alright. I should put the ATS up there, but once again, that's kind of like a distraction to me anyway. Alright, dice out. 9. 4, 5, 9, or 5, 4, 9. Hopefully that pulls up in there. I can't tell. But anyway, the points are 9. Alright. Clear $20. Get that 6 and 8. We already got the 9. Alright. Alright, let's see whether we can't gain any traction out here on Yo 11's table. Eventually I'm going to have a guest come over here and shoot on this here bouncy surface here. And see whether they can tame it. That's a 5-1-6. I rolled too late. But we still got it. It's a 5 and a 1. That equals 6. Collect the first bet. Alright. 6. Alright. See whether I can't tame my table here. Oh. That's a 6-2-8. The beast from the east, as Cage would say. That neoprene. I agree with him on that. If you ain't practicing on a bouncy surface, hey, That's all I got to say. It's A. You're gonna get to the casino and you're gonna be in shock. You're gonna be in shock when them dice fly all over the table. That's right. When I was down in Tampa, yeah, I go talking again. When I was down in Tampa, there was a 426. We collected the first two. That was a 4-2. I'm sorry. When I was down in Tampa, I noticed something down there. That's the first time I ever played down there in Tampa. At the Seminole Casino, not the one in Hollywood. That's the one I'm actually gonna fly down there next time I go, and I'm gonna fly to the big glass guitar one. What I noticed down there was they don't have the bonus bets. You can hop numbers, but they don't have. It's just regular craps. No bonus bets. But there is something, that's a 314, about their tables down there. And I'll tell you exactly what it is. For all of us practice shooters that practice tossing the dice, or for all of us that practice tossing the dice, okay? Even a practice shooter can have a bad day. So that's what I'm saying. For all of us that practice shooting the dice, you got to be aware of what's going on these different tables as you venture out to these different casinos. Down in Tampa, there was, I met up with a guy that Max actually plays with a lot. Man, I got his name on my phone. We actually connect back and forth. We talk back and forth a lot. He was, matter of fact, down in Biloxi not too long ago. Down there playing on the new table at Harrah's with the fire bats and the RTX. They got a crapless table down there. It's awesome. But anyway, back to Tampa. You know how our objective as guys that are practicing to toss the dice, we'll take the dice, and our goal is to find our landing zone close up in that area right there so that we could, just tap that back wall and let them die. I'll tell you what, in Tampa, you better land your dice back here and make them roll into this back wall right here. Because I'm going to tell you right now, in Tampa, this area right here is like a trampoline. I'm talking, it's the bounciest thing. I don't care if you just went like that. Your dice are going, boom. I mean, they're coming all the way back. This area is so bouncy down there in Tampa. So if you're down there in Tampa, go ahead, play on them. Don't say I didn't warn you. You better try to land your dice up in here and let them roll into that back wall like that right here. Because if you think that you're going to do a toss and land it like that right there, that's what you're going to get. But most of the time, they're going to bounce, they're going to hit that, they're going to bounce again, and then they're going to come traveling back like that. I was there. I witnessed it firsthand myself on my own ability to try to go like that and dial in, and you could not stop it. There was nothing you could do in here to stop your dice from going, I mean, just haywire. Down in Tampa. Yeah, you can have a soft toss, but you better have your dice land about up in here and then trickle in like that to get the results that you're looking for. So, just a heads up. Anyway, so, and when I was down there in Tampa, don't get me wrong. Once I figured out that those tables ain't nothing like these ones here in Cherokee, because see, in Cherokee, it's bouncy up in here. It's bouncy up in here, so you're allowed to actually ting, 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 you know, and just keep them cropped together, you know, up in this area. But down in Tampa, this is all bouncy. They done figured something out down there. So, Murphy is also, they got good tables up in these areas. Right up in here is bouncy. I mean, you'll ping that and they'll fly off the table. They'll fly into the person that's standing right here. They'll hit you right there. But anyway, just if you're going down to Tampa, they don't have the bonus, but they do have bouncy ends on their tables. The ends are very bouncy. So I found out very quick, and then I had to, the guy actually told me, he said, and there's a 549. The guy that Max had me meet up with, he owns like a landscaping company down there, and he's doing really good. I mean, he's got a real successful business, and matter of fact, he was going to come up here, but I don't think he did. He ended up going to Biloxi instead. But that's a frontline winner. But yeah, guys, toss on the tables when you go to a place first with just a pass line bet. Don't put no money out there unless you already know the table, or you've already tossed and you have figured out, you know, okay, this is a table that I could play on. Okay, otherwise you will get you'll get torched. You'll lose real fast. Cause my first hand, I was tossing nice and soft, trying to get him to lay down. That's a front line winner. That's a 437. Tossing him, trying to get him to just slow down on that end down there, and nope. I got 50 on the fast line. I'm gonna give myself 45 and keep my crap check up. 45. All right. Yeah. These tables, they're dangerous. They do not care. And these dice, they don't care either. It's good to always have somebody, you know, that was there, that plays in that area, that knows, you know, if you are a practice tosser, you know, there's a ace deuce. Ooh, messed up on that one. I ain't got enough on that right there to help me out. So I'll lose that. I was supposed to pull that down after I did that. I was supposed to pull that down and go back down to a quarter, but I didn't. So I got caught slipping on that. Anyway, like I was saying, you know, all the preaching on the common sense areas, there's another tidbit of common sense. Pass line only when you're entering a new casino. I know. Who wants to just play the boring old pass line? There's another one. I'm just going to give myself $10. That's another ace deuce. Keep everything up. The common sense. If we're practicing this game right here, we should have the common sense, right? I agree. If you're practicing to play it, it ain't just tossing these dice. Damn. But they go 12. Box toss. Shazam, son. What's going on here? Do I need to press that trap check right there? It is what it is, but as soon as I press it, then I hit a box number. Common sense. Don't chase it. Alright? So I like the common sense. comments, and I think they should do another one, but have a bigger panel on common sense. There's another 9, that's 639. That was a horrible toss. Got lucky and got a 6-3 out of it. 3-6. Anyway. Alright, since I made a little bit of money, I'm going to put a quarter out on the 5. Alright, so. Is that a blue jay? Would you get out of here? I like you birds. I mean, I feed them. But, boy, sometimes they get real loud out here. There's another midnight. Midnight showing up a lot. Crap, man. I'm telling you, I am a crapless table. Love them. Love the crapless table, man. I did that for a real high roller in Murphy, and he gave me $500. Tipped me $500. There we go. Dice are out. And we got a 549. We got a 549. I could play at home. I could play on my table. I could definitely play on this table right here. It is exactly I'll give a pass line win for that. It is exactly almost how Cherokee tables are. And now I found out that I could Murphy tables are actually tameable and playable, very playable too, especially the crapless one. Alright, let's try to run this again. I don't want to try to go out there chasing nothing, but here we go. I haven't seen any, so that's why I ain't betting the 6s hopping, because I haven't seen any. Alright, here we go. Same dice set as usual. Ooh. 314, new point. 314. Alright. Yep, I'll be hitting that casino soon. Again. Matter of fact, it's this month. Yeah, it's already November. Yesterday was Halloween. Yep, we took the kids to Brevard, North Carolina, to go trick-or-treating. They had a good time. The 6-5, yo, 11. It's the 6-5, yo. No love. Nobody's home. There was another incident at the table that I failed to mention in my trip report. That was they double kissed. I got lucky on that. That was a 3-5-8 right there. 3-5-8. I got lucky on that. Let's get paid for that. One of the young guys that was standing right beside me, I call him nephew, since they were vibing. We had a great vibe on this end of the table, since the high rollers were on that other side. We had a great vibe, man. Unc was on the right side of me, and I had 2 nephews on the other side of me. 2 nephews, little young cats. But I messed with them though. I enjoyed them. 437. That's a 437 out. We never got that 4. But anyway, young gun nephew, he was similar. It was just like this. He had already hit the 8, the 9, the 11 and the 12 and needed the 10. This is a crazy little situation that had happened. I don't know whether I put it in my trip report, but it was actually a pretty cool little thing that happened. Pretty funny. He needed a 10. And what he done, this was in the roll too. The roll was going on. Nephew was standing right beside me, and the roll was going on, and the other little nephew, he was rolling. So one of the nephews, the guy needed 10. And so nephew pulls $100 bill out of his pocket and throws it on the table. I'm like, no, dude, don't do that, man. He's rolling the dice. What are you doing? So I take $100 out of my rack. Now this time I'm already up, but it don't matter. Trust me, I'm up. I'm way up. Jay was there. The kid, he takes $100. He takes $100 out of his pocket and he throws it out there on the table. And I'm like, no, man, don't do that. Pick that up. So I take $100 out of my rack and I put it on the. No, actually, yes. This is exactly what it was. The point. No, it wasn't the point, because if we wouldn't have needed 10 if it was the point. Anyway, we needed the 10. He took $100 out to get the 10. So I took $100 out of my rack and I said, give him the 10 real quick. And sure enough, as I put that $100 down out there on that 10 for him, little nephew chunked them dice down there and rolled the 10. I was like, look at there. See, if he would have threw that money down there and they would have had to, change him out and this and that and all that bullcrap, it would have slowed down the game. I bet that 10 would have never came. But that moon was full. That was a full moon, and everything that was working worked. It didn't matter. I made sure that he didn't put that money down there, so old buddy had to count out $100 and change and give it to him, and then they had to shove it down and all that crap. But anyway, with that being said, hey, common sense. I'll help somebody out if a table's hot. My common sense radar will say, hey, give him $100. It ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna hurt me if you seen my rack. No, it wouldn't have hurt me. Jay did the same thing. Jay was on Jay's point was a 4. And Jay was shooting from stick right 1. Yeah, he was shooting from stick right 1, just soft lobbing them down up in there. And his point was the 4. So what I done, I think I put a quarter. I put a quarter on it first, and I kept pressing it a nickel every hit that he hit. I would collect whatever it was, but the nickels off of it or whatever change it was, I would put it on the hard 4. We got that hard 4 up to, I don't know, almost $50. I think it's about $40, $45, almost $50. And I said, Jay, if you hit that hard 4, I talked across the table. I said, if you hit that hard 4, Jay, I'll split it with you. In the next toss, I lie to you not, Jay hit the hard 4. He could attest to it. And when they broke the money down, I gave Jay half of the hard 4 money, and I took half of the hard 4 money. I think we both collected like $200 something a piece off of it. But I mean, sometimes that it's just the game is just in sync with you. Sometimes it is, not all the time. But I did that with Max in Biloxi. He needed a 6. He needed the 6. So I bet the 6 for him for like $50. I put $50 on a hard 6 for the shooter. Sure enough, he hit the hard 6. It was pretty cool. So I'm gonna toss this last hand right here, and then I'm gonna start running my mouth a little bit. I've already blew some leaves out the front yard, so now I gotta hit the back up a little bit. But anyway, I'll toss this last hand here, and let's see whether we can get some traction. Oh, there's that 10 that we needed. It came. It came hard. If we would have hit that, we would have actually hit the bonus. But anyway, but that's what that bonus does to you too. That bonus will actually distract you. Yep. But there's the hard 10. We needed that for the last round. Anyway, we don't worry about stuff we don't have. There's nothing you can do about it. Alright, we'll go back out there with the 5, 6, and 8. I believe that's the inside. Alright, let's toss this last hand here, and then we'll go do some more stuff around the house. Just gotta get everything done before I leave out of town. But I figured, well, if I got some free time, there's an ace deuce, I might as well toss a session back here. Get my little practice in before I leave. It's an ace deuce. 2, 1, 3. But I tell you guys, I know a lot of people that know how to change sets and stuff like that, and eventually, later on in life, I may learn how to do it or try to venture off into it. There's a 4-3-7. I may venture off into it. But my set, it works for me for the most part of my visits to the casino. It does. I have no complaints about it. I was given that set by Professor Cashier's Cage. I stumbled across it before I asked him about it. The reason why I picked the set is because if you look at it, it has the 11 right here. And with my little handle as Mr. Yo, I like to look at the 11 when I got the dice in my hand. So that 11, I made a lot of money off of that one number one night. And then actually a dealer in Cherokee gave me the nickname Mr. Yo. So when I asked him when I first started, I actually tried doing the chopper toss, the stack dice, but it just didn't work with me. I just couldn't. I couldn't perfect it, and it's one of those tosses. He'll tell you himself that if you ain't doing it right, it's not going to work for you, and I just could not. Excuse me. I just couldn't do it right. So, with that being said, I asked him, I said, well, if I go back to par, what should it give me? And he said, it'll give you a bunch of crap numbers and probably every other number as well. So, and sure enough, he was right. He said, but it is rich inside numbers, with inside numbers. And I can contest to that, especially the 6. The 6 comes out of that set right there a lot. I don't know why it does, but it's the 4 and the 2 comes out a lot. And the hard 6 comes out a lot in that. But anyway, with that being said, that's why I got that set. Um, and I don't know about changing sets yet. I did try the hardway set with G one time left-handed, and that actually worked really good. Left-handed at G's place, which we'll be venturing back out there soon here too. Stay tuned. Alright, one last shot, and I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I got some stuff to do. I've been running my mouth out here enough, so let's see. But here's another common sense thing. Now I had a pretty decent roll, and then now everything's deteriorating. So what do you do? Aces. Got lucky. Did not miss my crap check. I'm gonna keep that up there and just see what happens. All right. Lost that. All right. Aces. But it does. That set, if tossed right, it will give you a bunch of crap numbers. And I have dominated a crapless table with that set. There's that hard 10 again. He showed up. That was a pretty toss. So now the point becomes 10. Point becomes 10. All right. We'll do a 6-8, and if we don't 5-6-8, if we don't get a no traction, we quit. Tomorrow's another day. All right. So here we go, guys. I was listening to Casino Tears yesterday. Oh, that Ed and 10 Ton. Those two guys, they're made for each other. They're made to have a podcast channel. I lost that earlier. 8. 3-5-8. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. Same dice set. Jeez. Ace deuce. Mark the 8. Ace deuce. Ace deuce. That's 1, 2, 3. Three, 6, 6, 5. I knew that was a 7 by the way that left dice went to the right. Yeah, so. And you can know what your dice is doing as they go through the air. You can see what happened. What happened was one of them followed the other. So, in any event that they're short like that, if you're not a don't player, you better run. Common sense. If you ain't a don't player, you are a light side player, that right there tells you to run. Because we started off with 1,000. Still got our 400. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 25, 35. You're slowly giving them that money right back. And the longer you stay, just like that guy that won all that money, he won it quick too. I mean, he had good bets out there. He, after Crap Camper and Gargo went on their runs with the dice and had that table erupt in there for a minute, that guy had all that money. And he stayed. And the funny part about that whole story is that Gargo said if that guy don't leave, he's gonna lose that money that I just made him. And he said it. He said it. He sure did. He said that. And I was like, he'll probably leave. You know, because me, I'm always trying to be positive about stuff. Yeah, he'll probably leave. And she said, if he doesn't leave, he'll lose it all. And when he stayed on that table and we come back around, and me and Jay come back around that corner, and he said, man, after you guys left, I knew it. I knew the rest of his sentence. I knew it because he had, when we was walking up, he went like that to the table, and then he walked away like that. And then when we was walking up, he was coming to us, and he said, just shaking that head, man. But I've been there. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I wasn't that guy before. I've done that. I have racked up real good before, and then thought, well, you know what? Maybe I should be greedy. Maybe I should be greedy and chase this game some more. And then the more you lose, the more you bet out there, because, yeah, they're going to pay you bigger, but you don't realize that you're losing every time you do that. So common sense, guys. Let's make sure that we keep that in the back of our heads. This has been Mr. Yo 11. Just a quick little practice session showing you guys what you should do and how you should do it. What y'all looking at over there? Them leaves falling, dog. Stop that. What you should do when things start going sideways. As you see, things started going sideways. I didn't give them all of it back, but I gave them profit back because I know I was up from the first hand. I could have walked and went and got me a drink or got me a sandwich or something like that, but nope. I wanted to toss 2 more times. So, sometimes tossing 2 more times will get you going backwards. So it's been Mr. Yo 11, guys. Hey, if you're out there in the casinos, think about it when you're on the table. Stay focused when you're on the table. And play the game the way you know how to play it if you have been practicing. See the signs. Remember, like I said, because I've been venturing out to different casinos, and just test it. Test these areas right here. If you're tossing from that end this way, just test them on your first toss when you pick up the dice. When you pick up the dice and you get there, you test them on your first toss with that pass line. So my common sense thing, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably repeating something that somebody else said, my common sense little analogy of this game right here is, hey, start with just a pass line bet. Don't worry about that right there yet. It'll come. It's been Mr. Yo. Let's try to toss them until we boss them. We'll catch y'all later.